Hello students, welcome to history class. I am your history teacher. So students, today we are going to learn the second chapter of history, that is sources of history. Through this chapter we will learn about material sources of history, written sources of history, oral sources of history, sources of ancient Indian history, and precautions to be taken while writing history. So students, let's take some revision. In last lecture we have learned how to get information about history. We can use different kind of sources to understand history, like customs and traditions, folk arts, folk literature, and historical documents. All these are called sources of history. There are three types of sources: material sources, written sources, and oral sources. As well as we learn about the importance of forts, rock-cut caves, and stupas. Now let's go forward. So let's start point number 2.1, material sources. Man uses a variety of things in his day-to-day life. They are known as artifacts. Artifacts used by humans in the past provide us valuable information about life in the ancient time. We can decide the period of ancient artifacts like earthen pots by studying the shape, color, and design on ancient potsherd. The ornaments and other artifacts throw light on social interaction. So students, what is meant by artifact? We use variety of things like books, pots, footwear, clothes, jewelry in our day-to-day life. In ancient time also, people used different kind of jewelry, earthen pots, and many more things. These things are known as artifacts. Through these artifacts we can understand the lifestyle and the culture of the civilization which was present at that time. In excavation, experts found different kind of remains. For example, remains of jewelry, potsherds, remains of house, etc. After analysis of these things, expert can tell the time period of that particular artifact. We can get the information like what kind of metal and design did the ancient people used in making jewelry, what kind of technique and soil did ancient people use to make the earthen pots, what kind of clothes did they use, and many more information. So this kind of information we get through material sources. We get information about the diet of the people from the remains of the food grains, seeds, and the bones of animals found in excavations. Also we find the remains of houses and buildings built in different historical periods. We also find ancient coins and seals. All these gives us information about human activities in the past. All such artifacts, articles, monuments, or their ruins are called the material sources of history. So students, food grains, seeds, or bones of animals which was found in excavation are also part of material sources. Through these things we can get the information about the ancient people diet or about their food habits. Also we can get the information about the grains, seeds, and animal species which was present in ancient time. Also we can get the information about ancient housing style from the remains of houses. The ancient coins and seals can give us Information about the economic activities of ancient people. All such artifacts, coins, seals, food remains, house remains, monuments, articles, which gives us information about ancient life are called material sources. Food grains do not last long. They get easily infested and turn into powder. In ancient time, people used to roast food grains before grinding them. If a few grains got shattered while roasting, they were thrown away. Such shattered grains can remain intact for a very long period. During excavations, such shattered grains can be recovered. When these are inspected in a laboratory, we come to know what grain it is. So students, what kind of food grains do we use in our daily diet? We use wheat, rice, jawar, bajra, corns, etc. In ancient time, people used to roast the food grains before grinding. But in roasting, if some grains get burned, they throw these burned grains. These burned or charred grains can remain for a long time. In excavation, the experts found these charred grains. They analyze it in laboratory to find which grain it is. So students, this is your homework. Write short note on material sources of history. Thank you for watching this audio visual presentation.